You really want a mech that can delete enemy targets extremely fast, but you only have 55 tons available in your lands? Well, why not try out the Murder-Crow? That's a lot of lasers. Hi friends, I'm TTB, welcome back to Client Engineering. Today's mech is the Stormcrow, a 55-ton medium mech that is mostly using arm-mounted lasers. And we're going to be outfitting it with 6 medium pulse lasers and 7 ER small lasers for a nice red and green combo that would make the Grinch very envious at Christmas time. This thing hits extremely hard and also has pretty good heat management while still not sacrificing the tankiness of this mech model. Yes, the Stormcrow is going to be a little bit more glass cannon than my other builds, as in we're not adding a crazy amount of armor, but you will be doing so much damage that you have a perfect mech for the role of, yeah, basically the executioner. You see a target that needs to go, you send the Stormcrow after it, and it is going to be gone very, very quickly. Let's jump into the mech lab and let's have a look at how to build it. Here we are on the mech bay, guys. In case you want to pattern your mech exactly like mine, then you use the Raider pattern and the colors white, black and red. Let's have a look at this thing in our loadout screen. And you can see, for example, that we're using some parts of the Prime Omnipods. We're also using Charlie Omnipods and an Alpha part and a Bravo part. So in order to put all of this together, you will have to have played a couple of missions in the Stormcrow so that you can get access to all the Omnipods. The most important Omnipods to get here, guys, are definitely the Bravo Omnipod set and the Alpha Omnipod set, because each of them unlocks either 6 energy hardpoints or 4 energy hardpoints for you. Let's go over it piece by piece. For the center torso, there is no change, we just use the Prime Center Torso. There's no other Center Torso available that would give us any benefits. Then, the right torso, we are going to be using the Charlie right torso that comes equipped with 1 hard mount for energy weapons. The alternative, if you want to run something a little bit more defensive, of course, is just not use a side torso that has any weapons. You will have some extra bonus armor, and then you can use the space from all these double heat sinks, maybe remove one of them, add more armor. It's totally up to you. What I did is I put a medium pulse laser in, 2 double heat sinks and half a ton of ferro armor pod. On the other side, once again, Charlie Omnipod, 1 medium pulse laser, 2 double heat sinks and a half ton ferro armor pod. The head component is from the Prime, so that we can house an ER small laser in there. You could use another one if you want to. The other heads don't have any weapons in them, but they give you extra armor on the cockpit component. Then, the center torso, there's literally no difference in between the CTs of all these mechs, like I already said. You don't have to worry about that, you just use the Prime. Unfortunately, this also means that we cannot upgrade this with extra armor. That is one of the few drawbacks of the Stormcrow. Then let's look into the left arm. The left arm gets 4 medium pulse lasers. Once again, this is from the Alpha Omnipod set, because the Alpha Omnipod set is the only left arm that you can get that has a total of 4 energy hardpoints. If you want bigger energy hardpoints, for example, the Prime left arm will get you 2 weapons at 2 slots each. So for example, if you wanted to do 2 PPCs or 2 large pulses, then you would use the Prime left arm, but since you want volume of slots, we're using the Alpha left arm. Double heatsink, 0.5 ton ferro armor pod and 0.25 ton ferro armor pod. And then on the right arm, this one is from the Bravo Omnipod set. We use 6 ER small lasers, and once again a 0.5 ton ferro armor pod and a 0.25 ton ferro armor pod. That brings us to the following armor values: 65 almost on both arms and 47 on both side torsos. The CT is, once again, like I already said, not going to get any extra armor, unfortunately. So are the legs, as well as the head component. The Alpha Strike Fire damage of this mech is going to be at 77 damage, which is very respectable, and the range between ER small lasers, maximum range at 600, and the medium pulse lasers at 720, they are very much synchronized in terms of range, which makes this build really, really good. Of course, yeah, sure, you could just run this with ER small lasers. The problem is that just then you would not be able to fill the tonnage in the mech, unfortunately, because you would end up with a mech that has no slots available, but all sorts of tonnage that it is not using. Now, compared to the standard Stormcrow, which just runs 3 ER mediums and 2 ER larges, you're basically gaining a little bit more firepower on your Alpha Strike, and you're also getting a lot more DPS. Like, we're almost looking at 30 DPS right here, which is super, super strong for a mech in this weight class. And yeah, basically the only thing you're giving up a little bit is cooling, but that's fine because we're using ER smalls on the one side, which are not generating much heat, and medium pulse lasers on the other side, which are also not generating much heat and will also cycle relatively quickly. Other than that, what else is there to say? The speed is going to be at 97.2 kph, and the armor value, total armor on this mech for me is 460. Let's take our beautiful Stormcrow. But if you're wondering about pilots for a mech like this, Jade is definitely a great choice for the energy range. You could also use Ezra, for example, or Yuichi for the extra energy range as well, depending on who you have available at this point. Now then, into the simulator we go, and let's go ahead and shoot some training mechs to have a quick look at how this mech performs. Now, you've already seen a couple of my laser weapon builds, guys, so you can have an idea of what's gonna happen. This is a lot of firepower for a mech this size. I mean, I don't have to tell you that this Locust chance is about as big as a snowball in hell. It's just gone, right? What about the Centurion? It's gone. Well, let's see what else we can do. That's a heavy mech. We won't be one-shotting the heavy mech, but we might be two-shotting it. Let's see. There's one. There's two. So 2 full salvos. Okay. Well, that only leaves as a last test the Atlas. How many shots are we gonna take for the Atlas? We're gonna shoot straight center torso, the most armored and structured part of the mech. 1 salvo. And it's gone. So, this mech will two-shot any mech in the game while maintaining some pretty good heat management. As you can see, 2 full salvos, not a problem, but not at 50% heat each. We could go ahead and after we destroy an Atlas, turn over to a Marauder, just use the small lasers on him, and then we have a medium mech coming in like the Centurion, and it's gone. And maybe there's like a light mech running around, let's say for example that Locust. Goodbye. And we have a Centurion right here at 300, 370, 400 meters. Not a problem for our weapons system. Let's see, another Atlas walking around. I mean, of course, we already know that this is going to be a two-shot. If I shoot him in the back, it's even more crass, right? We almost one-shot him through the back. So, all in all, I would say this is a pretty spicy, strong weapons loadout. He face-planted. That runs pretty well, has pretty good cooling still for the amount of damage that it does, and the mech itself can almost go 100 kph or even over 100 kph if you have it fully skilled through your chassis milestones, right? So, fast, hard-hitting. The only thing it's missing, like I said, is excessive amounts of armor, so you don't want to be the only guy that soaks up all the enemy damage, but you will be the guy that deals with all the big threats and deals with those threats very quickly and very decisively. So if you're playing this in a group of friends, for example, this is the mech build for your person that has the best aim and the best battlefield awareness. Identify a target, go in, take it out, and move on to the next dangerous target. But don't be the guy that YOLOs into a 4-drop inner sphere lance or a 5-drop star with this build, because if you're just alone, you're gonna get ripped apart very, very quickly. Try out this build, guys, and let me know how it goes for you, and if you have any other kinds of builds or mech builds that you would like to see, let me know in the comment section as well. I really enjoyed my little Stormcrow murder build. It is just insane to see how much firepower you can draw from this 55-ton mech. But like I always say, the mechs that are at the higher echelons of their weight class generally pack the best punch. At this point, of course, I'd like to say thank you so much to all my amazing supporters. Guys, I literally couldn't do this without them. And if you are not a supporter yet and would like to say thanks for the videos, then please have a look at the video description. You will find links to my Patreon, my merch store, all the hardware that I'm currently using that you can get on Amazon, or of course, you can become a channel member or send a super thanks right here on YouTube. Thank you.